Hey everyone, it's Mark here again, and welcome back to Digi Profits. And in this video, we're looking at part 3 of our 6-part series on how to make money online. And in this video, we're going to look at how to make money on Amazon Kindle. All right, so Amazon Kindle, it's as a lot of you guys may know, it's a device, like an e-reader type device that you could have hundreds of books on there and just only have to carry this little device and you can read them on there. But it's gone a lot further than that. People can access Kindle Books on their phones. You can read off your phone or off an iPad. Or any other kind of device, even off a laptop, even people can access Kindle Books. So it's gone a long way over the years, and billions of dollars in sales have been made through the Amazon Kindle store over the years, and only seem to be growing from year to year. So it's certainly been lucrative for a lot of people. It is not my biggest earner myself. I do earn money every single week from my Amazon Kindle Books, but I will say that I do personally, of all the topics and make money online, I do better from affiliate marketing. I do a little bit better out of making and selling my own information products. So books like these, but imagine selling it on your own website and stuff like that. But in saying that, that's not to say people aren't making a lot of money from Kindle. One of my friends is making several $1,000s per week from Kindle. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's over $10,000 a week at the moment from Amazon Kindle. So I'll talk a little bit more about her later in this particular video. And for me, I've still made significant profits from the Kindle books that I have. It's just that other areas of my business are also going well, and I prefer to focus on those. So just for pure disclosure though, but it is a very, very viable way to both bring in an income, and also it's not bad as a traffic source as well. Like in certain industries, you just want to get a book out there, you can put it on Kindle. You can also use Amazon's Create Space program where they'll print it on demand if people want the print version, and it just makes you a more recognized authority in your field if you happen to have a book out there. So there's something else to consider. So how much money can you make? Well, you price most of these books between $3 and $10, or $2.99 and $9.99, and Amazon pays us 70% royalty. So usually for most short books, I usually opt to make shorter books generally. We sell it about $2.99 and you get $2.09 per sale, and that can add up quite quickly if you're making dozens of sales per day. And assuming your average Kindle book, though, it's not a best seller, say, then if you do it right, some books might make you $10 a week, others maybe $100 a week, and the average may be somewhere in between. So most people, though, that make over $1,000 a week on Kindle, if they do not have a bestseller, assuming that none has really rocketed off, they might have 20 to 30 Kindle books. There are many exceptions, though. Some people can do that from as little as one book, and I've had a book where it's been getting close to that just from one book, but it's not the norm. So I don't want to oversell this, but I want to at least give you guys sort of realistic forecasting if you were to get into this. So how much does it cost to make a Kindle book? Well, Kindle books don't have to be long. All right, some people just like the short reads. They literally just want something to read really quick in their lunchtime. And that can be a selling point. They don't actually gravitate towards the longer Kindle book. So it depends on the length of the book as well. If you hire a writer to write it for you, it costs from 2 cents to 6 cents per word. It depends on the type of niche that you are in as to the pricing of the writer, and then also what their past experience is, and so forth. But if it's a short read, like say 6,000 words, then it's between $120 and $360 to get it written for you. If it's a longer read, like 30,000 words, it could cost between $600 and $1,800, just to give you an example. Now, I'll just show you an example. I'm just going to grab this book here, like just as one example. It's not one of mine, but it's someone else's. But started out as a Kindle book, and then they use Create Space so that it can just get shipped to people as well if they want the print edition. It's not. It's a reasonably good read. I'm not saying it's super good. It's not super bad. It's not bad either. But it's short. Like it's literally 66 pages. In fact, no, it's not 66. That's if you include the index. It's 63 pages. It's pretty short. But some of us, we would rather not have to read a book that is, this thick if we can help it. Some of us just would rather authors actually were put their best stuff into shorter amounts of pages, particularly if it's like a how-to type topic. So anyway, they don't always have to be long, but they can be though. And if the longer books can, depends on how long it is, but they can be better over time. But you also got to ask yourself, is it better to have one longer book or three shorter books? And it depends on the topic area you're in, and how much it takes to really properly do a good job of that topic. Now, books can be fiction or they can be non-fiction. Like one of my friends who's got a lot of books, who I'll talk to you about in a moment, she does both. She's got fiction books and non-fiction. I've got exclusively just non-fiction, just how-to type stuff. Like here's an example, and there's many different types, but this is one of mine that I put up many years ago and has made thousands of dollars per year every year since being put up almost 10 years ago now. I hired a writer to write it. It's called What Men Really Want. It's it says it's 182 pages, but it's 182 pages if the pages are. This is a small book, like just to compare it in size to a regular sized book. Like you're talking. It's not the same. It's actually relatively short at 182, but it's long for a Kindle book, for sure, that one. And that's stood the test of time. It's actually done very well over the years. And it was for women who are looking for their ideal man. And it's done reasonably well. There are so many different types of fiction and non-fiction books, though, that do well. I mean, Pete the Cat. It's you can buy it as a hardcover, but it's also on Kindle. It's just kids' books. Another one of my friends has done very, very well out of kids' books. Some of them he sells on Kindle, and some of them he has Create Space, and they and hence they get printed on demand. Done really well out of kids' books. He does kids' books because he feels he can write them a lot faster. It's more about the illustration than the length of words and so forth. It's just a bit different. You've also got other types of how-to books, like this one on potty training. I mean, I look at it as, I know how many sales I've made, which is quite a lot, and I've only got 249 reviews. Well, when I say only, that's actually not bad. Like anything over 50 means there must have been a reasonable number of sales. But then I look at ones like this and see 12,105. They must have made loads of sales, because just about a very low percentage of people bother to leave a review. So when you see how many ratings they have had, you kind of realize they must have made a lot of sales and done very, very well out of it. And they've got the audio book as well. So I know it says free, but that's free if you've got a Audible trial, but she's making money on anyone that downloads that. And it's $8 if you bought, say, the Kindle book by the looks of it, and the audio book will be something similar. Oh, there we go, $5.49. So she's obviously doing really well out of that. Now, here's an example showing that they don't have to be long. Look, print length, 31 pages. This will be probably, I'm guessing, maybe only about 4,000 words or something like that. But look, the review, still 4-star, 276 ratings. This is a friend of mine, actually. This is one of his books, and he's done very, very well out of it, but not just out of the book itself. I'll show you why shortly. You can make money not just from the book sales. You can go further than that, but we'll look at that soon. Here's another book here, Bob Grant, another one, 428 ratings, but another short book. It might not be showing on screen here, but it's only 22 pages. It's very short, but look, the ratings are strong, so people don't care that it's short. In fact, he tells people in his review that it's a very short read. Okay, so it's the kind of read that people may want to have. Um, they might want to read it in their lunchtime, like it's a short read. Um, Here's one here on raising chickens. Raising chickens and over 3,000 reviews. It's making me think, jeepers, maybe I should get into that topic and have a go at a book on raising chickens. At the moment, the latest book topic we're writing is something to do with superfoods for diabetics. Because, I mean, I've seen this one. It's had 138 ratings, which is still actually a reasonable number. But also the fact that I'm already sort of in that niche because I've got a YouTube channel and so forth in that niche. I thought, yeah, I'll do one on superfoods for diabetics, maybe top 100 superfoods for diabetics. We're just writing that at the moment, and I'm sure that will go well. Backyard Chickens, it's another chickens book, bunch of good ratings and so forth. This is a much shorter one. This is like a short read versus this one was a longer read. So both have clearly done well. And Kindle Books, they can easily be turned into audio editions and print editions thanks to Audible and CreateSpace. So you're doing well out of a book. You could make triple or more by taking it those steps further. So you do that out of the ones that are doing the best for you. So that's great. But Kindle Books, they can be monetized beyond Amazon. So this is back to my book. If you look inside, you'll see that people get the Secrets to Attracting Men 6-part mini-series and mini course and newsletter series. Okay, I got the same writer to write all of that for me as well, and they get the audio edition as well, and they just have to visit that link to claim that bonus content. Then they end up on my newsletter. They get those emails coming out. They get different tips and tricks, but then they also get links to other books that I earn affiliate commissions from, and that's, you know, in this particular niche, I've made every year I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars per year in this particular niche. And I wouldn't have made anything close to that if I didn't build an email list. So that's just another way that you can monetize further, but also so that you can have an audience for your next book. So you release another book on that topic because you have them on your email list. You can now email everyone out and say, hey, I've got my new book out. It's all about blah, blah, blah. You know, and you can go link them off to it and get people doing that. So reading that. So what if you want to write your own Kindle book? How do you go about doing that? Firstly, you want to choose a niche. I usually like to make sure other people are succeeding there first. If I can find 3, 4, or 5 people that have over 50 reviews, then I know it's not too bad an area to go into. If I can't find Kindle books on the topic, then I want to make sure that there's at least evidence that there are YouTube channels on that topic, or at least YouTube videos that have very high view counts on those topic areas. So then I know, okay, at least there's demand there. Maybe just no one wrote a decent book on it, but you want to at least know that there is an audience out there that want it. And then you want to go to forums, blogs, Facebook group, Reddit, anywhere you think that your audience might be, and find all the common problems people in that niche are having. So if I was to write a book all about, let's say it was all about beagle training, then I would go onto all the dog training websites and look up all the beagle training websites for that matter, or anything, and just find out what problems do beagle owners have. You know, a lot of them are going to be common dog problems as it is, like digging, barking, chewing, aggression, and more, but maybe beagles are susceptible to some problems more than others, like maybe they bolt out the front door more, or they miss their owners more. So I would write down all the problems, anything specific to them as well. And so once you know what all the questions are, hopefully you've got quite a lot of them. Maybe you'll have at least 15, maybe 20, maybe more common problems in the niche that you're in. Then you want to go ahead and find all the answers to those problems, and then try to, if you need to, you quote sources of information. Like, let's say I was doing a book on how to let's say how to fix a leaky gut so that you can gain more energy and live a longer, happier life with a improved gut health. Then I'd be looking trying to find out what are the common problems people have that lead them to think that they may have a gut health problem. It might be that they're overweight. It might be that they are having low energy, low mood, low libido. I'd be writing down all of those problems and be thinking, right, I need to write down all of these different problems, and then I need to look and see how does gut health help solve that problem, and I'd be going from there. That's just another example. If I found some study or something like that, then I would write it down and make sure I reference it at the end of the book. If it's common sense, you don't need to reference it, but again, and this is only if you're doing a non-fiction book. If you're writing fiction, then the process is different. You'd be writing down notes like who's the hero, who's the enemy, what's their goal, what's who are their friends, you'd be writing down stuff to do with the story arc. That's a different process. But in terms of non-fiction, this is the things you'd want to do. So you plan out your book, and all your solutions to all the problems, they become the chapters. If they flow on from one to another, it might be step 1, step 2, step 3, or it might just be that each thing is compartmentalized depending on the type of niche you're in. And then you fill in any missing but needed information, like maybe not too many people are asking what the history of beagles are, but you might think, you know what, I'm going to add a little page or two that explains the history of where beagles came from and what people used to use them for in the past and stuff. You can add that out just to color in your book and make the chapters flow together. That's fine. And then now you've got a really good outline. Now you use your outline in order to either write the book. If you're good at writing, you can write from there, just answer each of those questions in a really good manner. Bam, that's how you go about writing your book. Or you record the chapters as audio and you get them transcribed. Okay, so that's another way of doing it. You go ahead and record it as audio and get it transcribed into a book. Like one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 6-part mini course that I'm recording right now, including everything I'm saying to you right now, and I'm going to go ahead and get it transcribed using some online transcribing tools. Like it's pretty easy to get stuff transcribed. In fact, even just posting it to YouTube means there'll be an automatic transcription right there. So I'll get the transcription and I'll use that, and I'll probably use screenshots from the videos and stuff, and I will just turn all of this into a little book. But I probably won't sell it on Kindle. I'm not saying, never say never, but my idea was simply that once I finish the 6-part mini course, then I can give you guys the book version of it at the end of part 6, so that if you guys want it as reference, you've got a book. But that also, theoretically, even if you never put it on YouTube, that's another way. You can just record yourself going through slides, and then makes it, all your answers can then be transcribed and used as a book in order to write it. So anyway, there's a lot of people making a side hustle using Kindle, and some people making a huge income from Kindle. One of those people making a huge income is my friend Sophie. She lives in a town not too far from me. She's not from New Zealand. She's from Scotland, but she lives in New Zealand like I do. And she's an absolute genius when it comes to profiting from Kindle. And by extension, not just Kindle, but she also takes some of those Kindle books and turns them into Audible books. And sometimes she'll use CreateSpace and have them automatically shipped to people if they want to have the print edition. But primarily, most of her books, they just start out as Kindle. And she has a lot of books, hundreds now, and is making thousands of dollars per week. And I believe I need to double check with her, but I'm pretty sure it's over 10,000 a week now, which, it's pretty phenomenal. Makes her one of the real top inspiration stories when it comes to this stuff. So what I want to do is, what I am doing is I'm going to actually record a call with her. I'll get her on Zoom, and I'll grill her for as much info as she can give me about how she's going about doing the Kindle stuff, and then I can post it to you guys. I'll post it to the channel here so you guys can hear from Sophie, someone who's an absolute genius at this stuff, and hear more about how to profit from Kindle from her methods. So I will put that in the link in the description below when it is done, but at the time of me releasing the video, it won't be in the description. So if it's not there, it means I haven't got the interview up yet, but I will do that soon, because I think it's really good that you guys can hear from more people, not just me, when it comes to making money on the internet. And I will also have a workshop with her where she'll explain on screen more details about how this whole Kindle system works. And when that is ready, I will also put it in the description below, but it won't be ready at the time of me first releasing this. So if it's not there, well, it'll probably be there in a week. That's all. Just depends how soon after me releasing this you get on there to watch it. If it's been up for more than a week, chances are that may be there already. Okay, so anyway, that's it for this particular video. We're looking at how to make money on the internet in this particular series, and today we've been looking at how to make money from Kindle. The previous one was all about affiliate marketing. I want you to know that after the 6-part mini course is finished, I will be releasing more detailed videos and so forth on all of these different topics. So it's just this is more like your big 10,000 foot overview of how it all works, and then we can get into more nitty-gritty details throughout the rest of the year, so that you guys have got loads of ways to make digital profits, which is what this channel is all about. Please though, if you do like this video, click the like button. If you don't like it, click the dislike button. If you've got any questions you want me to ask Sophie when I go ahead and record that interview, if I haven't done it yet by the time you're watching this, or you got suggestions for stuff that you want in the channel, or anything, or you just want to say hi, please enter it in the comments area. I greatly appreciate any and all feedback. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see regular updates from me, because that's how YouTube knows to show my videos in front of you. If you subscribe to the channel, then they know that this is something that you want to see more of. Okay, so anyway, that's it for this particular video. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.